when it goes live.
Namaskar, and thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to Radio Zindagi, the #1 South Asian radio network, folks. My name is Kulraj, and of course, this is a great moment. Every Tuesday, we are here from 3 to 4, and we speak with Dr. Saket Bhatia. As you know, Dr. Saket Bhatia is very well known to our community and is nationwide. People know him. People always seek his advice for a better living, better future, happy future. And he's joining us today between the hours of 3 to 4. And Dr. Saket Bhatia has a PhD in astrology and is certified professional numerologist. He is a senior board member at the International Association of Vedic Astrology and Numerology. With over 25 years experience, he can help you uncover your strengths, weaknesses, and true potential. Saket ji can help you gain direction and guidance in your career, finance, business, health, children, immigration, relationship, and much, much more. Through his combined power of astrology and numerology, he can guide you to live a better life, get success, happiness, and fulfill your dreams. If you have any questions, you can call Radio Zindagi right now. That is 732-662-4701. I repeat that number, the number in the studio of Radio Zindagi, 732-662-4701 for brighter and more fulfilling future. You can call Saketji's office directly to schedule an appointment at 408-639-5300 or visit saketbhatia.com or email him at info@saketbhatia.com. Namaskar and welcome to the show, Saket ji. Dr. Saket Bhatia ji, how are you doing?
Good, Kulraj. How are you?
I'm doing very well. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Mine was wonderful. आपका कैसे था?
बहुत बढ़िया था and got a lot of good food to eat and meet family and sit down and enjoy and pray कि सब लोग कुशल मंगल हो और सबके घर में सुख शांति हो और सब
But
जो
Big
है
Tonira, you still
लाइफ
look the
एंजॉय
same.
करें.
You haven't put on any weight from the weekend.
I will say a little bit, yes.
अच्छा. So,
And today's topic is very interesting, Sakeji, and I'm very proud that a lot of listeners will listen to it very carefully because all of us, we come here. This is, land of opportunities, and we come with so many dreams. And dreams without a life partner are no good.
sometimes life without a dream partner can be acceptable क्योंकि होता है, सबकी शादी होती नहीं, सबको partner नहीं मिलता. So what we want to do is discuss marriage, life partner. Last week we spoke briefly about spouses. Do you remember? हमने
जी
कहा था,
जी बिल्कुल.
कि if your planet is sitting in the seventh house, या उसकी sign क्या होती है, या aspects होते हैं. Do you remember I gave you an example of a dominant partner?
बिल्कुल. Yes, I remember.
Dominant partner is one in which sun is sitting in the seventh house. We also said emotional partners or partners who tend to spend too much. Then we
Mhm.
discussed Rahu and Ketu. हमने ये भी कहा था कि Ketu is not bad, but Rahu can be destructive in your chart. So अभी हमने क्या करना है? We're going to expand on that. We're going to talk about marriage and partner, but so many different angles we're going to talk that the listeners will be surprised कि कितना information astrology के through मिलता है आपके life partner
बिल्कुल.
के बारे में.
I think listeners, please pay attention and listen to and Dr. Saket Bhatia. If any time you want to call in the studio and speak to him, date of birth, time of birth, place of birth, keep it handy. And when you call in, just have a very brief question. I think a good idea will be that you call him after the show if you want a full reading and you can consult him. You can call the number and make an appointment. That is 408-639-5300. So let's begin with this question, Dr. Saket Bhatia ji. Please say marriages, people say the marriages are made in heaven. Is that true?
ये आपकी भी शादी हुई है. I am also married. तो इसका answer is simple, of course. To some extent, yes. देखिए, there is a reason why out of 7 billion people you got married to your partner. Marriage is a very important concern for many people, right, in this life.
जी.
Because at the end of the day, you want to live with someone. आप life start करते हो parents के साथ, फिर siblings के साथ, and then at some point of time, you have to find your own partner also. It is just how nature works. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, it is destiny that joins you with your life partner, and it is destiny which will determine happiness or unhappiness. जैसे आपकी कुंडली आपके birth से पहले बन जाती है, at the time of your birth it is ready. Same way, who you're going to marry, when you're going to marry that partner is already destined and written. So yes, marriage
जी.
is made in heaven. It is true.
Sometimes marriage or relationship breaks at initial stage or after some years. In some cases, the individuals lie without marriage at all. What are the factors responsible for this, features?
ये क्वेश्चन आपने लास्ट वीक पूछा था, remember? You
Yes,
said
yes.
you said what happens sometimes people are madly in love with each other and then all of a sudden something goes wrong. They don't like each other. They don't
Now
like
they hate
even
each
looking.
other, and मतलब कि वही जो इतना प्यार होता है और इतनी जज्बातों भरी एक रिलेशनशिप होती है, suddenly it cracks.
We all know people जिनके साथ ऐसा हो चुका है, then we have to choose sides, right? Whose side do we
जी.
go on? तो आपका क्वेश्चन है, why does that happen? So I
हम्म.
think the simple answer in my opinion is देखिए, individuals have different personalities. When two people start meeting, they put their best face in front. Nobody likes to show their bad qualities up front to their partner, right?
जी.
So everybody comes on with a good thing. However, अगर आपको पता करना है, is this marriage going to last? Are you going to split? Are you going to get divorced? Then astrology is good. Astrologers can predict that. You will have a happy married life or a troubled married life. It is fairly easy for us to
हम्म.
see that from your birth chart. आपके
हम्म.
जो planets बैठे हैं घरों में, they will tell us about how your life will be with your partner. If there are good planets sitting in the house of marriage, but उनके ऊपर aspect खराब है, even a good marriage goes bad.
हम्म.
If there are bad planets that are sitting in the marriage house, but they have good aspects, even a bad marriage will go through fine. झगड़ झगड़ के life निकल जाती है. So what I'm trying to
बिल्कुल.
say is, for a couple to be happy in a marriage, you must have good planets. Planets खराब है, automatically वो हो जाता है. I'm not trying to say कि you have to blame astrology for everything, but astrology gives us an indication. हम देखते हैं
हम्म.
काफी बार people come to us, we want to get married, what do you think? And I'm saying don't do it. नहीं
हम्म.
करना चाहिए. Same people will come back 4 years later, they'll have two kids and say अभी हमने divorce करना है. So to better answer your question, the reason why people are madly in love is because of Venus, that planet of pleasure, the planet of love. And
जी.
अगर उनका seventh, second, fourth, fifth, eighth या 12th house खराब है, then it causes problems. Now, why so many houses? Seventh house तो शादी का घर होता है.
हाँ जी.
Second house is house of values. How you value your partner, how your partner values you. अगर उस घर में थोड़ा सा डैमेज है, then we know कि partners don't value each other.
जी.
Fourth house is जहां आप जाते हो रात को, where you go to sleep. It's the house you've built, whether it is your apartment, your house, your condo. How is the shape of that house? Is it giving you peace and happiness? Fifth house is house of romance, house of mental intelligence, house of compatibility. Eighth house is house of sudden breaks, destruction, death. Right? कभी
जी.
कभी partner बीमार हो जाता है. And then 12th house is house of pleasure. If any of these houses has damage, then we know one aspect is missing. But अगर
हम्म.
सारे के सारे घर damage होते हैं, then we know in a nutshell कि this marriage is not going to last.
हम्म. लेकिन जैसे कि पहले एक ट्रेंड था कि बिफोर मैरिज कुंडली मिलाई जाती थी, एंड पीपल वांटेड टू नो कि कुंडली मैच नहीं करती और ये शादी नहीं हो सकती. तो मींस आई थिंक दैट वाज वेरी गुड आइडिया कंपैटिबिलिटी के हिसाब से.
कुंडली का भी बात करेंगे हम। ये जो कुंडली यू मीन जो 36 गुण थे, राइट?
हाँ जी, हाँ जी।
तो दैट 36 गुण इज नॉट इन एस्ट्रोलॉजी, वो कभी था ही नहीं। इट इज
हाँ
नॉट
जी।
समथिंग दैट एग्जिस्टेड जब एस्ट्रोलॉजी 5,000 साल पहले लिखी थी। दैट 36 गुण केम इनटू एग्जिस्टेंस recently, no more than
हम्म,
500-600 years ago.
हम्म,
तो कुंडली मैचिंग जो होती है, जो आप कह रहे हो, इज अंडरस्टैंडिंग योर पर्सनैलिटी, अंडरस्टैंडिंग योर पार्टनर्स पर्सनैलिटी एंड सीइंग हाउ यू together will help each other grow in life, because life is
हम्म।
about growth, na? It is not about pulling each other down.
Yeah, it's not all about growth. And folks, if you just joined us, you're listening to Dr. Saket Bhatia. He's with us in the studios. And if you need to speak to him, you can call the studio line now for any question, time, date of birth, place of birth, and your name. 732-662-4701. I repeat, 732-662-4701 is the number. And you want to reach him after the show, you can reach him at 408-639-5300 or email him at info@saketbhatia.com. You can also visit his website, folks. That is saketbhatia.com. And you can get all your answers there and you can connect with him, make an appointment. 408-639-5300 is the number. That is, if you want to speak to him directly and make an appointment. And in the studio, 732-662-4701. My next question, sir, to you is, when does late marriage happen? Can we take a call before that question? Yeah.
Sure.
Hello, you're live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Please go ahead. Yeah, you can call us back. No problem. Yeah, go ahead, sir.
Are you asking me, or?
Yeah, go ahead. We lost the call.
Acha. There are two things, right? Three things actually. When does late marriage happen? When does early marriage happen? And when is there denial of marriage or breakup of marriage? ये चार चीजें होती हैं, right? So
हाँ
let's
जी,
first discuss, when does late marriage happen? Late marriage happens जब आपका सातवां घर जो है, जो शादी का घर है, उस पे अगर there is a bad planet sitting in there, or bad planet looking at it, or there is a bad planet looking at Venus, then we know कि शादी लेट होगी. इसका ये मतलब नहीं शादी अच्छी नहीं होगी. शादी लेट होती है. Now question is, what is defined as late?
Mhm.
पहले तो it used to be 25 years, now it has become 35 years, then it'll after some time 45 years.
हाँ जी,
देखो, in progressive societies, I'm not, people are getting married a little later in life because they're trying to achieve something, you know. लोगों को
बिल्कुल.
क्या लगता है कि एक बार शादी हो जाती है तो ग्रोथ नहीं होता, but that is not true.
Mhm.
Everybody thinks differently. We're not here to change their thought of, thinking. But
We'll take a call. Hello, you're live with us. Go ahead, please. Hello, you're live with us. Go ahead. Can you hear us?
I can't hear her.
Okay, I think they'll call back. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So late marriage hoti hai when there is a bad influence on those planets, right? Bad
Mhm.
planets are looking at your Venus, your seventh house, and so on. But
जी,
early marriage, you've heard of some people, boys 21, girl is 18, they get married.
जी.
अभी उसका रीजन क्या है?
एक कॉल लेते हैं. Hello, you're live with us. Go ahead, please. You're live with us. Go ahead. Hello, go ahead, please. Hello, can you hear us? Hello, you're live with us. Go ahead. Hello, आपको सुनाई दे रहा है? Go ahead. जी, yeah,
Can't hear anything.
yeah. You can go ahead now.
I cannot. Are you able to hear the listeners? Because I can't hear them today.
I'm not able to listen. Uh, I think everything is fine in the studios. Um, hello, you alive with us? Hello? Hello, can you hear us? Call to काफी लोग कर रहे हैं. They're trying to reach, and
Are you able to hear them?
I'm trying to connect, but आवाज नहीं आ रही उनकी.
अच्छा, आपको नहीं आ
Anyway,
रही.
mm, yeah, go ahead.
Now we were talking about early marriage, right?
हाँ जी.
देखिए, everybody, the purpose of this show is to educate people, to make them understand कि लाइफ में क्यों चीजें होती हैं जब होती हैं, राइट? सो
हाँ
सेवेंथ
जी.
लॉर्ड, सेवेंथ हाउस जो होता है, उसका जो लॉर्ड है, इफ दैट हैपेंस टू सिट इन हाउस नंबर 1, 4, 7, 10, 5 और 9, शादी जल्दी
हम्म.
होती है.
हम्म.
if these if the seventh house lord is looked at by Jupiter, Mercury, Venus, शादी
हाँ
जल्दी
जी.
होती है.
हाँ जी.
If Venus and Jupiter are very well placed, शादी जल्दी होती है. If the ascendant lord is aspecting seventh house, शादी जल्दी होती है. So fourth house, fifth house, 12th house, अगर इनका भी अच्छा है, इसका मतलब घर जल्दी आता है, बच्चे जल्दी आएंगे. Those are indications कि शादी जल्दी होती है. So it is very easy for us just by looking at a bunch of houses to tell you कि शादी जल्दी होगी कि लेट होगी.
हम्म.
So on one side we have early marriage which has these placements. Now अगर यही placement हो लेकिन बुरे planet देख रहे हैं तो शादी लेट होती है,
हाँ जी.
right? Then we'll talk about, let's say, denial of marriage.
जी.
ये शादी लोगों की कब क्यों नहीं होती? Why is it कि some people don't get married?
हम्म.
The simple answer is denial of marriage happens when there is a bad planet, Rahu or Ketu or Saturn, जब वो सेवंथ हाउस को देख रहा है, एंड जो सेकंड हाउस है, वेल्थ एंड वैल्यूज, और उसके लॉर्ड को अगर बुरा प्लैनेट देखता है, देन ऑटोमेटिकली मैरिज डिनाई होती है, बिकॉज यू आर नॉट रेडी फॉर मैरिज, यू डोंट वांट टू गेट मैरिड.
या.
आप समझते हो?
बिल्कुल
देर आर
बिल्कुल.
देर आर सम पीपल जिनको शादी करनी है लेकिन शादी हो नहीं रही.
हम्म.
दैट इज नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द सेकंड हाउस, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ सेवंथ हाउस. अगर दोनों कॉम्बिनेशन हो, देन इट इज अ बिग प्रॉब्लम. यू डोंट वांट टू गेट मैरिड.
Hello, you're live with us? Yeah, go ahead.
Me 1 second, go just a little slow. February
A
10th.
little slow. February 10th,
She was
1987.
she was born on Tuesday. Time of birth in the morning, 7:05 a.m. Okay. And what is your question?
What is your question, please?
(1987) February 10th, born on a Tuesday. तो आपकी सिस्टर की जो चार्ट बनती है, she happens to be in astrology Capricorn ascendant. Okay. इनका जो सेवंथ लॉर्ड है, that is sitting in the sixth house. हम उसी की बात करने वाले थे कि जब सेवंथ लॉर्ड सिक्स में बैठ जाता है, it causes slight delay in marriage. Okay. नाउ वीनस, जो आपकी सिस्टर का वीनस है, जुपिटर, दिस इज फॉर अ वुमन, राइट? जो जुपिटर है वो अपने ही घर में बैठा है. सो वन थिंग वी कैन कंक्लूड, marriage is going to be with a good boy. There is not going to be problem. If I look at her Navam's chart, Jupiter is exalted in Cancer. So with Venus, so शादी बहुत ही अच्छे लड़के से होगी. This is undoubtedly she's going to get married. The problem is when does she get married? तो फिलहाल Saturn राहु की दशा चल रही है, which started in 30th of May 2023. Saturn is aspecting her lord and राहु में शादी होती है क्योंकि उसका भी एस्पेक्ट है. इस कुंडली के लिए सैटर्न इज अ गुड प्लैनेट. तो आपकी सिस्टर का शादी का टाइम तो स्टार्ट हो गया है. अ बेटर टाइम फॉर मैरिज will be somewhere around March of 2024 all the way down to April of 2025. Within this 1 year, she should absolutely get married. There is no reason she should not. There is no negative planet. There is no bad planet. There is no bad aspect. Her second house is also strong. Her 12th house is strong. So give it about another 4 months before you can start looking. But I can assure you the boy is definitely very good. Okay?
Thank you so
Yes,
much
good married life.
for your call. Thank you so much for calling Radio Zindagi, folks. We are live with Dr. Saket Bhatia, and the phone lines are open in the studios. You can speak to him. If you have any question, your name, place of birth, date of birth, the number in the studio, folks, is 732-662-4701. I repeat, 732-662-4701 is the number in the studios. Let's go live. And you are live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Welcome to Radio Zindagi. Go ahead, please.
You say June 6th?
June 6th. Yeah, number 6.
1979. (3:30 p.m.) Okay.
3:30 p.m. Yeah.
Okay.
Mumbai.
So he's from our hometown. And आपका question क्या है? Career and finances? What do you do right now? Are you a professional programmer or what are you? थोड़ा volume बढ़ा दो कुलराज जी, if you don't mind.
Sure,
It
I
becomes
did so.
easier to listen. अच्छा. So
Yeah.
he's asking about career, right? And I'm looking at his birth data. He's born on a Wednesday. Career के लिए we discussed on the show, the 10th house is important. इनका जो 10th house है उसमें Jupiter exalted है, right? And if I look at his Navam chart, Jupiter is sitting in so many planets. Exalted Jupiter, there is no debilitated planet. Are you looking for a job because you got laid off? Or are you looking for a job just because you want a better job? Okay, Venus जो है वो Venus is the one that caused you to lose your job. Look, you will only get a job when there is a dasha of a planet that is hitting your 10th house. That dasha doesn't come till February 20th. So if you have pen paper, you can write February 20th, 2024, you should get a job. After that, Mars ki dasha aati hai. And in this Kundali, Mars is also a planet of good. So February 2024 to May 2027, May 2027 to August 2024. Those basically February to August is the open window for you to get a job. अगर उसमें आपको मिलती है, good. नहीं मिलती है, then the earliest after that you'll get is between January 2025 to February 2025. There is no doubt in my mind you won't get a job. This is a very good chart. The 10th house is very well placed. Iska Lord is very well placed. So you won't have a problem. आपको मिल जाएगी ये. Okay?
Thank you so much for calling Radio Zindagi, folks. And if any of you driving with us or listening to us on line, internet, and if you want to speak to Dr. Saket Bhatia, you can call him right now, folks. That is 732-662-4701. The phone lines are open, 732-662-4701. And after the show, if you can't reach us, 408-639-5300. That is the number to make an appointment. I see all the phone lines ringing. Wow, that's you are live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Go ahead, please. Hello? You're live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Go ahead, please. Please turn the volume, turn your radio off. Yeah, go ahead. You're live with us. Go ahead, please. Mm-hmm.
So you said May 15th, 1969, 3 p.m.
Yes.
in ODE. Okay. Where is she? Is she here or she is overseas? तो आपको पूछना है कि इसको ग्रीन कार्ड कब मिलता है. ग्रीन कार्ड के लिए डिलेस तो है ना. देयर हैज बीन सम बिग डिले इन हर ग्रीन कार्ड, दैट इज एविडेंट. सैटर्न इज द प्लैनेट जो स्टेबिलिटी देता है इसका, और सैटर्न इनका डिबिलिटेटेड है. द गुड न्यूज इज एटलीस्ट जो डिबिलिटेटेड प्लैनेट 3, 6 और 8 घर में होता है उनकी दशा अच्छी जाती है. तो फॉर योर सिस्टर सैटर्न 8वें घर में बैठा है, उसकी दशा खराब तो जा नहीं सकती. आई एम सॉरी. वही देख रहे हैं, थोड़ा टाइम लगता है. ग्रीन कार्ड के लिए हमें 12वां घर पढ़ना है और चौथा घर पढ़ना है. चौथा घर तो बहुत स्ट्रांग है इनका, वो रेट्रोग्रेड है, इट्स स्लाइटली मिसिंग. 12वां घर, आई वुड से द अर्लीस्ट इन माय ओपिनियन इज November 2024. I don't see any dasha before that.
Thank you for calling Radio Zindagi. And folks, if you need a complete reading and you want to spend a little more time to understand your chart, you have to call Saket Bhatia. I can make an appointment at 408-639-5300. And thank you so much for your calls. And let's take another call. You're live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Go ahead, please. Yeah, go ahead, please, with your name, date of birth, and place of birth.
What is his time of birth? 1:58 p.m. In which city was he born in?
Rahway, New Jersey.
Okay.
Oh, Edison, New Jersey.
Edison, New Jersey. देखिए आपकी जो सन की जो चार्ट बनती है, इज अ जेमिनी असेंडेंट. उनका जो मेन रूलिंग प्लैनेट है वो 8th हाउस में बैठा है सन के साथ. यू आर एब्सोल्युटली सर्टेन अबाउट द टाइम, राइट? 1:58. ओके. देखिए आपका सन का एक प्लैनेट जो है जुपिटर, विच इज रेट्रोग्रेड, वो अपने घर से बाहर आ चुका है. सो काल सर्पयोग तो है नहीं आपके लड़के पे. This is going to be an interesting thing for me because he's born on a Friday. Friday का lord is Venus, which is not, I think, well placed. देखिए आपके सन की जो करियर है, that is ruled by Jupiter. वो planet retrograde हो गया है. When a good planet like Jupiter becomes retrograde, it loses a lot of its strength. नवम चार्ट में Jupiter retrograde Capricorn में बैठा है, and he is debilitated. So he is going to struggle a little bit. It's not going to be easy. In fact, career is not going to be easy for him, unfortunately. लाइफ में थोड़ी स्ट्रगल्स होगी, दोनों शादी में भी और करियर में भी. इफ यू वांट टू लुक कि जॉब कब मिले, जॉब की दशा स्टार्ट होगी वीनस की दशा में. एंड हिज सन इज आल्सो इन ग्रेट एनिमी साइन. आई वुड से an educated good guess from me would be जॉब की दशा स्टार्ट होती है मून मून वीनस. he's looking he's looking little far. He's looking somewhere in March of 2024 is the earliest he can get a job. क्या कर रहे हैं वो? Yeah. So that's it. March 2024 is the earliest he can even get a job. And that dasha will go on, but वो close हो जाती है in June of 2024. And if he graduates after that, there is no dasha open, unfortunately. उसके बाद जो दशा आती है वो होती है straight October of 2024. So if he's graduating then October से पहले नहीं मिलती job next year. You need to
Thank
fix, देखिए, you need to fix the Jupiter in his chart. I rarely tell people to do this, but his chart needs a fix in Jupiter. It is his house of happiness, his luck, his children, his career. वो गलत घर में बैठा है. So if you like, call us. We can help you. And Jupiter is very weak in his chart. Okay. Man की chart में it is important to have a strong Jupiter always.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And you can call if you want to speak to him. You can call his office. That is 408-639-5300. Thank you so much. You are the next caller with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Go ahead, please.
So
What?
I can't understand anything. 26
Yeah,
February, what?
1972. And what is the time? 3:53 a.m. And place is
3:53
Mumbai.
p.m.
And your
Give me
name,
1
please?
second. आपका नाम क्या है?
What's your name? Rajiv.
Rajiv, what is your question and how can I help you? Did you just call us sometime back? आपने क्या कहा था? What did you say? Can you speak a little softly, little louder so I can
Yeah,
hear
he
you?
said he called about 7, 8 weeks ago.
Okay. And what is the question you have? Why did you get laid off?
Yeah,
Let's go. So Rajiv, it's February 26, 1972, 3:53, right? In the morning, Mumbai, Maharashtra. Okay. We'll have to see, when did you get layoff? Which month? September 5th, 2023. So September May you are running Venus, Jupiter, Venus Dasha. Venus, Jupiter, Venus. आपकी कुंडली में Venus is exalted, Jupiter is very strong. In the Navam's chart, Jupiter is very strong, Venus is very strong. So question is, ये issue हुआ क्यों? The reason happened is because two planets called Galika Mundi. These two planets will cause havoc in your life every time that dasha comes. Ab Venus, Jupiter by itself should not have caused any damage to you. It should not in February. But it is that Mars Antar Dasha jo aa gayi that caused you. So to answer your question, that Mars Antar Dasha is dangerous. I don't know what you can do. Your Mars is unusually strong. We cannot do anything to fix it. आप समझ रहे हो? Astrologically speaking, you lost it because of Mars Antardasha, but you should get another job. There is nothing in this kundli that will stop you from getting a job. आपका राहु जो है, it is good. राहु की दशा भी है. राहु, Venus, Jupiter, they're all aspecting that house. Problem तो नहीं है आपको. just be careful when Mars Dasha comes, Antar Dasha, which is coming again December 2023, and then it will come again for 2 weeks in February. जभी Mars की दशा आती है, Mars represents your superiors. That is what is causing the problem. Nothing else. I don't, there's no issue in this chart. You'll get a job. You'll get a good job. You want, you can call us offline also, we can talk. Okay? Yes,
Yeah, best
that's
is to
correct.
call him offline at 408-639-5300 and you can speak to him. Thank you so much for your call. And folks, you're listening to Radio Zindagi. We are live streaming on Facebook Live, on Radio Zindagi page. And of course, in the studio, the phone lines are open. We are taking your phone calls, date, time, name, and place of birth. You can speak to Dr. Saket Bhatia, 732-662-4701. And as all of you know, that Dr. Saket Bhatia is with us every Tuesday between the hours of 3 and 4. And he takes your calls, and if he talks about different topics to help our community, help our people out there. And let's go to the next caller. You're live with Dr. Saket Bhatia. Go ahead, please. Your name, date of birth, time of birth, place of birth. धीरे धीरे बोलिए, please. Sagar, Baroda. 1988. Time 3 p.m.
क्या तो वो सैटरडे पैदा हुए थे, राइट? योर सन सागर. तो हम आज ही बात कर रहे थे कि शादी के लिए हम 7th हाउस देखते हैं, और आपके लड़के की जो चार्ट है, वीनस इज सिटिंग इन द 7th हाउस. दिस इज अ वेरी गुड प्लेसमेंट. ये बहुत अच्छी चीज होती है जब वीनस 7th हाउस में हो, और वीनस अच्छे प्लैनेट के, मून के जैसे राहु में बैठा है, तो वी नो फॉर अ फैक्ट कि शादी तो अच्छी होनी चाहिए. बट बट आपके जो जो इफ आई लुक एट योर योर सन्स चार्ट, ही हैज, उनके जो 7th हाउस है उन पे हम एस्पेक्ट्स देखते हैं, बिकॉज दैट इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग, राइट? तो अगर हम 7th हाउस पे एस्पेक्ट देखें, इस पे सैटर्न का एस्पेक्ट सबसे स्ट्रांग है. सैटर्न, मार्स एंड राहु. तो सैटर्न, मार्स, राहु जो होता है, ये डिले करता है शादी में. इसका ये मतलब नहीं है शादी नहीं होगी, शादी डिले करता है. अब दशा जो चल रही है आपके लड़के की, योर सन, इट इज सैटर्न जुपिटर जुपिटर. इसमें शादी नहीं होगी. फिर सैटर्न जुपिटर सैटर्न आता है, इसमें शादी होने के चांस हैं लेकिन कम है. सैटर्न जुपिटर मर्क्यूरी की तो दशा आती है, उसमें शादी हो जाएगी. सो टू टेल यू, यू हैव टू वेट अनदर 1 year और अबाउट 9 months फ्रॉम टुडे, कि जो शादी का जो योग है वो तभी स्टार्ट होता है उनका. बट अगर उसमें भी नहीं हुई वो 3 महीनों में, देन फॉर श्योर February 25th 2025 to July 29th 2025 is a better time for him to get married. तो अगर आप शादी अभी मिल जाती है, वो छोटी विंडो जो हमने कही थी उसमें हो जाती है, गुड. नहीं होती है, then February through is a good time. Now marriage will be very good. This is a nice chart. So don't force him. Let him give him some time. अपने आप हो जाएगी. There is no bad aspect on the 7th house. इस कुंडली के लिए शनि बहुत अच्छा है. Okay?
Thanks for calling Radio Zindagi G. Thank you so much. And Dr. Saket Bhatia, my next question to you is, when does a marriage break?
Break in marriage happens even if there are good planets sitting in the good houses, right? तो
Mm-hmm.
शादी टूटने के लिए क्या होता है, हम इंडिविजुअल चार्ट्स नहीं पढ़ रहे. आप पंडित के पास जाते हो, एस्ट्रोलॉजर के पास जाते हो, 2 चार्ट लेके एक दूसरे के ऊपर ओवरलैप करके कह देते हैं कुंडली अच्छी है, मैच है. बट डोंट यू थिंक वी हैव टू स्टडी द इंडिविजुअल पीपल ऑल्सो, कि
Sure thing.
इंडिविजुअल पर्सनैलिटी क्या है लोगों की. सपोज यू हैव अ बॉय जिसे शादी करनी ही नहीं, एंड यू हैव अ गर्ल जिसे शादी करनी है. एंड दोनों की मैच अच्छी होती है, राइट? मैच में क्या
बिल्कुल।
देखते हैं हम? हाउ कंपैटिबल आर दे मेंटली, बच्चे होंगे, घर आएगा, फाइनेंशियली ग्रोथ कैसी होगी। लेकिन अगर वो बॉन्ड ही नहीं बना तो फायदा क्या है? सो दैट इज वन थिंग marriage breaks because we don't study individual personalities. Second, अगर बुरे planets, Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu, अगर ये शादी के घर को देख रहे हैं, then it is a problem. And the last thing I want to make you understand is death of partner. Death of partner is also considered marriage breaking, ना?
Yep, yep.
अगर man की chart में we see a very good planet sitting in the 8th house, okay, या फीमेल हॉरोस्कोप में वी सी अ गुड प्लैनेट सिटिंग इन द 8th हाउस, देन वी नो कि पार्टनर की लाइफ लंबी होती है. बट देन वी कैन ऑल्सो स्टडी द 8th हाउस एंड डिटरमिन की मैरिज कब टूटेगी. समटाइम्स आई गिव यू एन एग्जांपल. इक्लिप्स होता है ना, अगर 7th हाउस में इक्लिप्स हो जाए या 5th में हो, देन जनरली इट रीड्स टू विडोशिप और डेथ ऑफ अर्ली पार्टनर. तो दीज आर सम थिंग्स वी हैव टू स्टडी. तो मैं ये समझा रहा हूँ कि जब आप क्वेश्चन लेके आते हो हमारे पास, आई हैव दिस क्वेश्चन, वी हैव टू स्टडी इन डिटेल. हम हर एक एस्पेक्ट पढ़ते हैं. अदरवाइज इट इज गोइंग टू बी सो हार्ड फॉर अस टू गिव यू द राइट आंसर. क्विक आंसर तुमने दे दिया, लाइक somebody called and said, when will I get a job? हमने दे दिया. But what kind of job you want? How happy you will be? When will you get your promotion? Should you start your own business? These are other questions that still remain unanswered, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And Dr. Saket Bhatia, I have a question. Like, if anybody wants to get his chart read and wants to get the Kundali made, generally, how much time he needs? Because on radio you can only give few minutes and just one question basically. But otherwise, अगर उसको ठीक तरह से कुंडली को पढ़ना हो तो कितना वक्त लगता है?
कुंडली बनाना तो आजकल सॉफ्टवेयर आ गए हैं. द सॉफ्टवेयर मेक्स द कुंडली इन अबाउट 30 seconds. हम बट इफ यू वांट एन इन डेप्थ रीडिंग, इट टेक्स मी एटलीस्ट एन आवर टू 2 hours जस्ट टू रीड योर चार्ट इन डिटेल. क्योंकि हम जो
Oh.
आपको कहेंगे दैट इज गोइंग टू स्टिक इन योर हेड. वी डोंट
Mhm.
वांट टू गिव यू रॉन्ग एडवाइस, वी डोंट वांट टू मिसगाइड यू. एंड हमें भी टाइम लगता है. वी हैव टू स्टडी एवरीथिंग. कौन सा प्लैनेट है, कहाँ है. तो व्हेन यू कम टू अस, हम हमेशा पूछते हैं एटलीस्ट टेल अस किस लिए आ रहे हो. Is it
Mhm.
career? And career what? You want to start a business, your partner's cheating you? Tell us something so we can then study and give you better advice and better guidance. ये हमें करना है, गलत नहीं करना हमें.
Bilkul. What about Mangal Dasha in astrology? Can you elaborate on that and how important it is?
मंगल दशा पे तो हम बात कर सकते हैं. इट विल लास्ट फ्यू डेज.
Wow.
आपने तो सुना होगा कि काफी लोग कहते हैं कि मंगलिक इज नॉट गुड.
Yes, yes,
मंगल दशा,
yeah.
मंगल दशा इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. मंगलिक की
लड़की
शादी
मंगलिक है.
बट मैं पूछता हूँ व्हाट यू मीन बाय लड़की मंगलिक है? व्हाई नॉट लड़का मंगलिक है? सेम थिंग
Oh.
ना, राइट?
Mhm.
है तो बात
Yes.
वही. लड़का
Yeah.
मंगलिक हो, लड़की में उसका मतलब क्या होता है, राइट? तो बेसिकली मंगलिक का क्या होता है? व्हेन मार्स इज प्लेस्ड इन सर्टेन हाउसेस इन योर चार्ट, देन यू आर कॉल्ड मंगलिक, राइट? नाउ मंगलिक का भी जो है, इट इज लाइक, इट इज अ वेरी वियर्ड वर्ड बिकॉज मंगल जो है वो एनर्जी का प्लैनेट है. इट इज प्लैनेट ऑफ कॉन्फिडेंस, द एबिलिटी टू स्टेप अप, द एबिलिटी टू टेक एक्शन. तो हाउ कैन सच अ प्लैनेट बी बैड? खराब तो हो नहीं सकता.
बिल्कुल, बिल्कुल.
एस्ट्रोलॉजी की जो मेन किताबें हैं, लाइक प्रासाहोरा, फाला दीपिका, बृहद जतका, जतिका पराचा, जो भी हैं, उनमें मंगल दोष का मेंशन नहीं है. देयर इज नो मेंशन ऑफ मंगलिक इन एस्ट्रोलॉजी. जो बाद में जो किताबें लिखी थी कालिदास ने या नारायदियम ने या जतका चंद्रिका, उनमें वी हैव मेंशन ऑफ मंगल दोष. So what I am trying to say is, do not give too much importance to मंगल दोष. एस्ट्रोलॉजी में it does not exist. बट काफी लोग कहते हैं कि no, that is not right, हमारे में मंगल दोष है. तो हम आपको थोड़ा समझाते हैं कि मंगल दोष क्या होता है, और मंगल दोष कैंसिल भी होता है. You have to study the chart very carefully. Go to a good astrologer who can explain it to you. One of the biggest misconception in astrology is मंगल दोष. बिगेस्ट. लोगों को लगता है मैं मंगलिक हूँ, मेरी शादी नहीं होगी, होगी तो पार्टनर विल डाई, आई विल डाई. ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता. दुनिया में 7 बिलियन लोग हैं, जिसमें से more than 700 million are Mangliks. Are you telling me everybody is suffering? No, they are happily married, they have kids. जितने हमारे आर्मी के कमांडर जनरल्स होते हैं, they have very strong Mars. मंगल दोष is misunderstood. But क्या होता है, लाइफ में बैलेंस होता है, राइट? यू हैव टू हैव गुड थिंग्स एंड बैड थिंग्स. मंगल गिव्स यू पावर. इफ यू कैन नॉट हैंडल दैट पावर, देन इट इज बैड. तो मिसकंसेप्शन ये है कि मंगल ने आपको पावर दे दिया, लेकिन यू डोंट नो हाउ टू यूज इट, विच इज रॉन्ग. सो जब हम मंगल दोष पढ़ते हैं, मार्स कैन बी 12 घर है, राइट?
जी.
If Mars is placed in 1, 4, 7, 8 or 12, you're considered to be Manglik. This is wrong. अगर मार्स पहले घर में है, that means you will be a man full of energy, you will have lots of enthusiasm, you'll be a self-driven man. But you will, मार्स जो आपका है वो आपके चौथे, सातवें, आठवें घर को देख रहा है. चौथे घर को देख रहा है means you may have some aggression towards your house, partner, and your own life. I can go on, but I don't think it is necessary. आप समझ रहे हो?
जी.
मैं ये बोल रहा हूँ, मंगल दोष does not cause many problems. मंगल दोष gives you the power of Mars, but you have to learn to channel that very well. If you can do it, you will be victorious, you will win. और मंगल दोष कैंसिल भी होता है, ये लोगों को समझ नहीं आता.
जी. My next question, sir, is that how would Mars and Saturn, Mangal, Shani impact married life?
This is not a good combination. ये बहुत ही
Okay.
खराब कॉम्बिनेशन है. देखिए, मार्स इज प्लैनेट ऑफ अग्रेशन. शनि इज प्लैनेट ऑफ लुकिंग बैक एंड सेटलिंग. देखिए, एक चीज होती है, व्हेन यू वांट टू अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट अ प्लैनेट इज, लेट्स टॉक अबाउट मार्स. आर्मी जनरल इज मार्स. जो फार्मर्स होते हैं, दे आर सैटर्न. नाउ टेल मी, हाउ डज अ पुलिसमैन एंड अ फार्मर, अगर उनको साथ में एक रूम में डाल दिया, हाउ डू दे वर्क टुगेदर? द पुलिसमैन इज वन हु वांट्स टू टेक एक्शन. The farmer is somebody who has a lot of patience in life, right? वो seeds
बिल्कुल.
डालता है, then he waits. So when you have Mars and Saturn in a house, your energy level is is definitely increased because of Mars, but your patience is also increased. Now one of them is going to win. अगर energy increase हो गई तो patience खत्म हो जाता है. अगर patience बढ़ जाती है तो energy खत्म हो जाता है. In a nutshell, मार्स और शनि अगर एक ही घर में बैठ जाए, दे विल कॉज हैवॉक इन द हाउस इन विच दे सिट. इट इज नॉट गुड. अगर वो सातवें घर में बैठ जाए, दे विल more than likely destroy your married life. If they sit in your fourth house, they will destroy your property. If they sit in your house, you will almost always be unpredictable behavior, sometimes angry, sometimes relaxed. तो अगर ये सिर्फ मार्स और शनि का कॉम्बिनेशन नहीं है, जब मार्स और शनि ऑपोजिट घर में बैठते हैं ना, तभी भी ये होता है. अगर स्पेशली इफ दे आर सिटिंग इन 2, 4, 7, 8 और 12, तो शादी पे बहुत असर पड़ता है. एंड वन वे टू एलिमिनेट इट इज टू, एस्ट्रोलॉजी में रेमेडीज होती हैं. वी कैन ट्राई टू इंक्रीज अ प्लैनेट लाइक जुपिटर इफ ही इज लुकिंग एट इट, वीनस इफ ही इज लुकिंग एट इट. अगर अच्छे प्लैनेट्स इनको देख रहे हैं, देन यू वोंट हैव अ प्रॉब्लम. सो many people don't understand. And एक और चीज है, and this is an unwritten rule in astrology. जब मार्स और शनि एक ही घर में बैठते हैं, something bad happens to you every 36 years of your life.
36 years like a cycle.
Every 36 years of your life from birth, something bad will happen when Mars and Saturn sit in together in a house. Obviously,
Okay.
शनि मंगल की या मंगल शनि की दशा में भी खराब होता है, but every 36 years, and I have seen this in more than 1000 charts. 1000 charts में देखा है हमने कि 36, 72 की एज पे कुछ ना कुछ खराब होता है. It could be loss of child, it could be cancer detection, it could be serious accident, something like that happens always. So if you have Mars and Shani together, you got to get a fix for it. This is very important. Astrology without a fix is not going to help you much. फिर आप अपनी लाइफ लिव कर रहे हो,
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल सही. एंड I think we only have time for one question. What else is important for a good marriage in astrology?
I think the most important thing in life, for good marriage is your personality, how you adapt to your partner, right? And that again depends on your planets, your stars, right? Remember, हर एक चीज लाइफ में आपके स्टार्स पे डिपेंडेंट है, राइट? अगर मार्स और वीनस का कॉम्बिनेशन साथ में बैठ जाए, then it creates a lot of passion. They love each other a lot because Mars aggression का planet है, Venus passion का planet है. Both planets are enemies, but अगर एक ही घर में बैठ जाए तो relationship अच्छी हो सकती है. Astrologically, if you want a good marriage, your your seventh house lord must be aspected by Jupiter, Moon, Mercury. अगर बुरे planets like Sun, Mars, Saturn, Rahu, Ketu उनको देख रहे हैं, then शादी में problem होता है. So open your chart, look at your seventh house and see कि उस पे कौन से aspects पड़ रहे हैं. In a heartbeat you will come to know कि शादी अच्छी है, बुरी है, टिकेगी, नहीं टिकेगी. और अपने आप को देखिए. Look at yourself from the inside. How are you as a person? Are you adapting to your marriage? Are you adapting to your relationship? देखिए, nobody is perfect. Your partner is not and neither are you. बट इसी
So
से
true.
टीम बनती है. अभी इंडिया में भी जो क्रिकेट खेलते हैं, देर आर बैट्समैन एंड देन देर आर बॉलर्स. द बैट्समैन कांट बॉल, द बॉलर कांट बैट, एंड
Mhm.
विकेट कीपर एक ही होता है. ये जो टीम
Bilkul.
बनती है, इट इज बिल्ट बिकॉज दे वर्क टुगेदर. सो सेम वे, मेक श्योर योर प्लैनेट्स आर अलाइंड. अगर नहीं है देन वर्क ऑन अलाइनिंग देम. एस्ट्रोलॉजी में रेमेडीज हैं. फिक्स इट, मेक श्योर दे वर्क आउट गुड, एंड देन मैच द हॉरोस्कोप. अगर शादी नहीं हुई है, एटलीस्ट मैच करो. चेक how compatible they are going to be, right? And dasha aati hai to shaadi karo. These are important basic things you have to do in life,
That
strong
is,
Venus, strong Jupiter. Yeah. अभी
you
आपकी
know,
शादी को कितने साल हो गए?
uh, I think about more than 30 years.
30 years. You can tell people that it takes lot of patience, it takes lot of effort, it takes time
Yes.
to build a
Yes.
good relationship.
A lot of understanding, lots of ups and downs and a lot of fireworks.
वो तो होता है, हर एक रिलेशनशिप में होता है. अगर नहीं हो रहा है, then one of you is either too dominating or the other person is just too adjusting. But you have to give the other person also some flexibility. ना देना पड़ता है. उनका भी
Yes, so
लाइफ
true.
है, दिमाग है. You have to appreciate the other person for who they are,
Bilkul. I
right?
think this is a lot of value to all our listeners, and I'm sure all the listeners of Radio Zindagi have enjoyed the show. And of course, a special show with Dr. Saket Bhatia. And we'll be back next week, folks, at the same time, 3 to 4 on Tuesday. And if you have any questions, time, place, name and date of birth, all these things you should keep handy and one question per person. And if you want to reach him now, you can call his office. That is 408 639 5300. I repeat, 408 639 5300. Or you can log on to his website, that is saketbhatia.com, or send him an email, info@saketbhatia.com. That is info@saketbhatia.com. And once again, the number to make an appointment, 408 639 5300. And I can just tell all our listeners that it will be a great opportunity for all of you to consult. If there are anything's not working out in your life, I think he's the individual with his knowledge, experience, and he can really guide you and help you, and for a nicer and a brighter and an amazing future. Thank you, Dr. Saket Bhatia, for joining us today on Radio Zindagi. Ji Aja.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye. And folks, एक बार फिर number बता दूं, 408 639 5300 is the number of Dr. Saket Bhatia, and connect with him. You'll be very happy you did that. Thank you so much.
Radio Zindagi 540 AM. Exclusive 13:10 a.m. at WXMC in Parsippany, New Jersey. 96.7 FM. W244 Parsippany, New Jersey.
Headline news sponsored by GMM Furniture, Sterling Madam Hill, Mangal.